Please stand in the measure area. Look at testing passed.
Hi, are you with Mark Erickson's office?
I'm not interested in talking to you.
I'm doing a report on a big public corruption case and private judging, and also related to an agricultural scandal where Mr. Erickson was named as one of the attorneys to represent one of the people we're investigating. Guess they didn't want to do that. Aaron?
Yes, I did.
My name's Susan.
Oh, I'm sorry, Susan.
That's okay,
I
Susan
apologize.
Bassi. You guys, Officer Lowe, you know my name now, right?
I do.
You guys put it in your police report.
So, can I ask just what are you trying to do with
Okay,
your
so
video?
first of all, let's be really clear
Okay.
that we don't ask journalists what they're doing, because
Okay.
we don't
So,
know what we're doing.
I just
We're
wanna make
news
sure-
gathering. Just want to get names and badge numbers. I'm trying to figure out who's covering the protest.
Officer Catherine, it's badge number 82.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Officer Stanley,
All there.
which badge number?
It's on your camera.
I have very bad vision. Which badge number?
6-2.
Thank you, sir. I recovered the event, and I just want to know how many police were assigned to this event.
I can't really tell you anything. You have to talk to the command staff to get any information.
But were you here the whole time?
I was here, yes.
And what is your name?
I'm Officer Stanley.
And your badge number?
62.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right.
I'd like to just go over what you just said.
Okay.
Teaching a photography class in the parks.
Requires a permit.
Uh-huh.
So it's simple county parks permit. We have a permitting process for things like photography, filming, running a class. So
like if I'm filming online and talking to students on a virtual class, I need a permit for that?
we would put that through the process and we would see what you're doing. And then
Are
we would
you
let
saying I
know.
don't have a right to film in public and talk to people for an educational class?
If you're having a class, it depends.
Online.
Are you,
Anybody can join a
Susan?
live stream.
I am trying to explain it to you, but you're not allowing me to, so I don't know how you keep interrupting. You don't have all the information yet.
Neither do
Okay?
you, apparently. You want to say something?
Nope. I just asked you a question why you needed to have their names.
I'm a public records expert. I investigate the police outside of protests, and I investigate funding issues related to the police. I'm a reporter. I'm neutral. I don't have a position.
Got it.
One way or the other.
Okay.
Sir, I'm an investigative reporter. Do you mind telling me what's going on here? I'm just.
Are you filming me?
I'm filming. We film police misconduct, and we're investigating the police around here. I know these are private security, but I'm just wondering what's happening. This is a public sidewalk, so I'm interested in that.
Well, so you know, filming is a private right.
No,
You
not
have
on
to
a
ask those.
not on a
in
public,
California.
not in California on a
When
public
was that
sidewalk.
instated?
It's public policy, sir. Google films you every day.
53.
Yeah.
Zach, we're gonna go in. I think you are doing that to yourself. I think you're gravely disabled. I'm gonna walk away from that because that is a threat. So I'm gonna put my hands on you.
myself because I use different words.
I'm gonna put you in handcuffs and I'm gonna drive you down to the emergency
not
psychiatric
going to.
services center.
Where's your gun?
If you fight,
You're threatening
we're
me.
gonna
You
defend
might as well
ourselves.
do that.
Okay? Put your hands behind your back.
Are you getting this?
Put your hands behind
Got
your
it.
Did you film all of this?
Yep.
Did you see how they're threatening me and trying to put me away from doing nothing? How am I a threat? Can you not touch me? Can you not touch me?
Zach, you don't want this to go this way. Put your hand behind your back.
This is Susan Bassi. And investigative journalism and First Amendment auditing is all about transparency and accountability. It is not about our personal opinions, our biases, or our politics. It's about holding police officers, prosecutors, judges, and public officials accountable. It's about investigating the law and who's following it. It's about investigating how police investigate, how they make their determinations to make an arrest, and how they write police reports. It's also about having access to information and understanding the law, very much like lawyers do. We must have that information in order to hold public officials who are responsible for the police, the lawyers, and the judges in a community accountable.
Just want to document this.
No problem. So I just want to review your request with you. Some of the things you're asking for are a little bit broad, so I'm going to help you that a little bit. Broad for their assignment.
The Brandadini one is newsworthy, and I'm not asking just for these records. I know they're broad. I don't know what I want in them, which is why I asked to inspect them, and I don't understand why.
What I'm just trying to do is just to figure out exactly.
Okay.
Jason
Lugresi, he was criminally prosecuted related to a rape and sexual assault case that arose out of Los Gatos. And I have the police reports, and I'm looking for any information that would be public. The case has since been closed by the DA, so they're not investigative records, they would be public records. Lugeresi. And so I'm looking for calls for service. In fact, I know there was a domestic violence call in 2012 to the address of the Lugresis.
Okay.
I have the police report. I'm looking for the calls for service and anything else that would have been documented related to that case.
Dispatch recordings, right.
Any and all.
And all communications with the district attorneys that would not be subject to being claimed to be confidential or investigative because it's been closed.
Okay. So these records are going to take time to research. I can get back with you. I think someone tried to ask you earlier if you wanted to provide an email address. You don't have to.
So here's what I want. Here's what I want. The government code says I should be able to walk in. Think Erin Brockovich. She got to walk in and copy those records. I'm having difficulty why these records aren't publicly available. And so I want to know.
I'm not saying they're not publicly available. I'm saying we have to conduct the research and compile the response.
I'm not asking under the code that requires the 10 days to wait. I'm asking under the code that requires you guys to give me access to them in normal business hours immediately.
Well, we maintain that we have 10 days to produce these records.
And I maintain that the law doesn't say that. So
we're going to have to agree to disagree on that.
So you're just rejecting my right to inspect it and look at them right now. Is that what you're saying?
It's going to take us time to conduct the research, evaluate your request, and then compile.
I will give you my email address.
Okay.
I'm documenting that you did not comply with the Public Records Act.
Okay.
That's 6253A and B of the Government Code in California. My email address is gilroybassi@gmail.com. You can also reach me at Los Gatos.
Hold on. Gilroy
Bassi.
Okay. Gmail?
Yes.
Okay.
And what is your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, what is your last name?
Tada, T-A-D-A.
T-A-D-A?
Mm-hmm.
And are you a clerk?
Records and Communications Manager.
Okay.
Throughout California, police departments are refusing to comply with the law that assures us access to records. It's not that we're required to ask for specific records because we often don't know what we're looking for, and that's why access is so important. And in refusing to comply with the law, the public is harmed, because immediately after we were denied access to these records, we ran across this incident, and we didn't have the information we needed to conduct a proper investigation.
Los Gatos, please, how can I help you?
Yeah, hi, this is Alexis Goldner. I'm working security at the Apple Store at 23 Santa Cruz.
Okay.
And this is a non-emergency, but I was just hoping that perhaps maybe a unit could roll by. There's been a homeless vagrant for the last week and a half or 2 weeks that I've been working here, and he's sort of like stalking one of the employees. He just made threatening motions towards one of our security staff. So
where is he
I was
now?
just... He's actually, let's see, across the street, more like around by Andale, you know. I would say he's more like around 24, Santa Cruz.
Okay, let me get a description on him. Is he white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
Oh, he's a white male. He's about 6'2", brown hair, full beard, mustache. He's wearing a white shirt. He looks like it's got red stripes on it. He's got brown shoes and I believe brown pants. And he's thin white male.
Any weapons or anything we need to be aware of?
Not that I can see at the moment. You know, usually last week when I was here, he was sitting in front of Andale next to the Apple store all day long, from about 10 in the morning till about 6 at night. Then he went in the Apple store, and he stayed in the Apple store from 6 at night till 9.
Okay, and what were the threatening statements you said he made today?
There's a security guard, he's Filipino, who works here. He was standing in front of the Apple store, and this individual was across the street by the Harvest, furniture store. And he made like a pointing motion with his index finger as if he was shooting a gun at the security guard.
And that happened today, right?
Yeah, that happened about, I would say, 45 minutes to an hour ago.
Okay. And Alexis, where are you going to be? Are you just in front of Apple?
Oh, yeah. I work in security here.
Got it. Okay, sounds good. We'll have officers respond out, okay?
Okay, great. Thanks so much. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Apparently, a day ago, he followed one of the employees out to her car after dark. I don't know. That's what I was told. And intimidated her. Made her scared.
So like you're intimidating him?
Oh, am I intimidated?
You were a minute ago when I walked by. You sound very confrontational. That's why I turned the camera on you.
Okay, I'm done talking to you.
Sure. And you are Officer Vaughn.
Okay.
And you are...
Officer Point.
And how did you know who I was?
You've written to me before.
What did I write to you about?
Various different things.
Branadini?
I don't know who that person is.
Jennifer Branadini and the hit and run on Blossom Hill Avenue?
I don't recognize the name, but when was the...
I don't think I've written to Los Gatos Police before.
You wrote to the Los Gatos Police Officers Association. Got it.
And I am investigating Officer Silva's hiring and resignation.
I understand. Well,
Deputy, please don't get rid of any of those photographs you took of me on that phone. Was that a department phone or a personal phone?
That was my personal phone.
Okay, I'm going to need those records. I want to know what you did with my picture, and I want to know who's in your contact list.
Don't delete them.
Thank you.
Federal law if you...
Yeah, please don't delete it. I'm currently involved in a situation with the local district attorney, and that is now evidence in a criminal and a federal case.
okay.
This is the photograph the Los Gatos Police Department produced pursuant to my public records request. Apparently, the Los Gatos Police are more concerned about who is recording them in public or investigating them than they are about their selective prosecution, because we have documented countless calls where the police have gotten it wrong on domestic violence and serious crimes, and yet when an Apple private security guard employed for only 2 weeks with Apple in Los Gatos makes a phone call and makes a claim against a homeless man with no medical ability to make a determination about his mental health situation, 3 police officers responded and involuntarily committed this man to a hospital for 72 hours.
His number so we can open up a case, and I'm going to give you my email.
Okay.
I think what would be the best way to get this ball rolling is to have you guys submit a statement, kind of chronological statement, in your own words, what happened, and then also send me all those documents as well.
Yeah, I think that's good. You're going to need those.
And then I can put together a packet with your statement, with your documents, kind of what we talked about so far, and then we can start the investigation and get it going that way.
Okay, so what is your name and badge number?
My name is Officer Gills, Gills.
Okay.
And badge 79.
Gillis. Officer Gills, badge number 79.
Correct. And then let me give you my email.
Okay.
It's P as in Paul.
Hold on. Let me grab a pen.
We're trying to multitask and make sure we get this.
Okay. P as in Paul.
I know this is a difficult process we all got to go through right now, but
P as in Paul.
P as in Paul. G as in George. ILLS. At Los Gatos. CA.gov. GOV.
And based on my training and experience as an investigative reporter, it's clear that the Los Gatos Police Department is failing to do their job. They are not investigating real crimes in the community, and they are giving preferential treatment to businesses such as Apple that have a great deal of influence with our local police, our private security, and the local district attorney.
Masks are probably going to mess with your facial recognition programs, aren't they?
Got a bunny rabbit.
The relationship between the Los Gatos Police Department, private security companies, and Silicon Valley tech and social media firms has always been a problem. When rent-a-cops can essentially make up whatever they want to get somebody arrested, and people who live and work in this community can't even get the police to investigate the crimes they are trying to report, that is a matter of public interest, and that is something that deserves all of our attention.
You guys called them because one of your people was disturbed by them. So
I don't know the details of that.
I documented it. It's on my video if you want to look.
LGPD, they're the one that actually made contact with them and actually made the initiation to actually arrest them. It wasn't a civilian arrest, you know that. It wasn't
I understand your guys were gloving up to do.
Difference.
I do, and
What's the difference?
I saw your guys gloving up to arrest him on the sidewalk, and
That's
then
not us.
we started. I filmed him. I filmed that guy right over there. It's on my video.
Okay.
I have raw video of it too.
Okay.
And this guy doesn't like me videotaping him.
No, I just wanted to
He wasn't very nice that day.
No, he wasn't even there.
He was there. I have him on video.
So we continue to investigate the credibility of the police, private security, and individuals working in our courts. And we ask you to please support local journalism and First Amendment auditors who make these investigations possible.